Welcome back, Invaders, for another episode of the Pitch Invaders podcast. I'm here again with Amir. Amir, how are you doing?
I'm good, Max. How are you?
I'm good. I'm not representing Liverpool today, not because they lost
It's
at
okay.
all, but I'm
I'm
out of town.
I'm technically representing AC Milan, but oh no, it's
Yeah, with
Manchester
the
City. No,
wrong
cannot
colors.
go wrong with that.
What a really good, well, a really good weekend probably for you, Man City fans
Yes,
and Arsenal fans, but a very sad one for Liverpool.
could have been better. Not gonna lie, if Arsenal tied or lost, but it is what it is. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, for you it would have been great, right? If Arsenal
Yeah,
tied, you guys would have been. Yeah, I mean we'll look into the table and dig into the games, but how about we just jump right into it, Amir? We can discuss more about it. Let's start with the
let's do
first
it.
game, the first couple games, which are probably not as important. Brentford beating Manchester United 3-1. I take back everything that I said last episode about Manchester United's invigorated and back to normal, and they're on a high. Disregard everything I said.
Dude, I even commented on the TikTok. I was like, that didn't age well.
Oh my gosh, dude. I wish I was listening back to the podcast today, and I like while I was driving, I was like, this is horrible. Everything I said is wrong.
Well, I just don't know, to be honest. You could feel the team was off anyway. But again, Ruben Amorim is just a stubborn guy. He wants to play with the 3-4-3, even against a team that is very direct, very
Yeah.
fast on the counters. And Brentford really exposed Manchester United like all game, probably. Like I watched I think I watched like 70% of the game, and I couldn't see like Manchester United could come back, except
Mhm.
like of course when they got that penalty and Bruno like
Missed
didn't
it.
turn it into a goal, and then all of a sudden it's 3-1 and misery at the other side of the city again.
Dude, I don't I don't know what to say about Manchester United, but I want to comment about Brentford. I mean, Igor with 2 goals, he looked great. The
Yeah.
Henderson pass, if you saw the goal, but Henderson made a beautiful turn and then pretty much passed it from
Mhm.
before the halfway line, if I remember correctly,
Uh,
all the way to Shada.
That's not the first time. That's not the first time actually. I think he did it like last game or the game
Yeah.
before too.
He's one of those pickups, kind of like Xhaka. That these are really good, experienced players and smart business. But yeah, I mean, they looked so open in defense, Manchester United,
As always.
and the attack was not enough to make a difference.
Yeah.
The big thing
I,
for
w- I
me
was
is, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say like they purchased a new keeper, and yet they're still starting with Bindier. Maguire, when like Maguire has been performing well. I cannot blame him for anything, but the way he played, maybe not the best. He wasn't his best performance, but I think it's just because of what Ruben asked him to do. Again, he wants that center back that could probably step into midfield or like
Yeah,
try to help in build up, and you really cannot ask Maguire to do that. I could understand if he did that with De Ligt, but at the same time, it's just very risky play, very risky formation overall.
yeah, and I don't think they're convinced with either of the goalkeepers. Still, I think they made the wrong decision not going for Martinez from
Donnarumma
Aston Villa. I mean,
or
Donnarumma would have
Donnarumma.
gone to, but I mean, you think Donnarumma would have gone to Manchester United?
I don't think so. Guy's a champion.
Yeah, I mean, anybody would have been better than what they picked up, but the problems extend far beyond that.
Yeah,
I looked after the game. Bruno Fernandes obviously missed the penalty, and then he looked absolutely broken, dude. Like I was watching them clap to the away fans who are like cursing at them,
yeah.
and the whole team looks like horrible. And I think this ends only one way. And I don't know, how many games does he have left before he gets fired?
I heard something about possibly firing him in November just because of like a release, not release clause, but they have to pay some kind of a fee if they fire him before November
Oh,
somehow.
okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know, something in the contract, So they're probably gonna fire him after November, so they don't have to pay pay
They don't
him.
even have money to. They don't even have.
But I just don't think that's the solution either. I think if Ruben cares for that team and they really want to be the coach for Manchester United, and the board cares for the club, they need to come together back on the table and figure something out. Whether they try to convince Ruben maybe to switch the formation a bit, or he
Please.
could ask, yeah, because I mean, anyone
Three
can see
defenders
what's
is not going to
happening.
work, man. Three defenders cannot work anymore.
Yeah, not if you're a big team that is
I
really that wants to compete. It's just not going to happen.
mean, you need some very strong, confident, like physical defenders, kind of like we're seeing in
Mhm.
Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace has Chris Richards, Mark Gay, and Lacroix. Those are the three in the
Yeah.
back, and it works fantastic. You compare those three defenders to Crystal Palace plays a 3-4-2-1. Manchester United also play a 3-4-2-1, at least based on FootMob. And you can't do the same thing with Manchester United simply because of the defenders and the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I don't think those defenders, Shaw, Maguire, and De Ligt, are capable
Mhm.
of what Chris Richards and the other two I mentioned do.
It's just the team is exposed, to be honest. Like, you, if you're not playing with three defenders, or like when you're defending, it's five defenders, whatever. First, you cannot play a high line. Second, you need
Yeah.
two really strong midfielders that would cover you. These are like your ball-winning players, covering box to
Hmm.
box, willing to take every risk to cut any attack on you very short.
Yeah.
And of course, you need really good like fullbacks that could
They
help
have
you. I don't
Muniz
think,
and Mitchell.
yeah,
What does
exactly.
Manchester United have? Patrick Dorgu and
Patrick Dorgo and yeah, yeah, Della or
yeah, Delo.
Mazraoui on the other side too, and it just I just don't see them like not in that sense that Ruben wants to play. And like if
Yeah.
you, it depends on how you want to play. If you want to be a build-up team and you want to take possession and play on like building up from the back and all of that, you cannot just play with three defenders. Otherwise, you buy really high quality players like you need, who's your Bernardo Silva in the team that will take the
Yeah.
team out of pressure? Who's your Rodri, a man that really will win every second ball for you and try to protect your
Exactly.
back? Things like that. Like,
They're
yes,
missing those key pieces, and he's trying to make this work, this system work, and this formation work, and this
yeah,
style of play work with the wrong players.
yeah,
Everything that you just mentioned, those players do not exist. So
exactly.
if he's willing to change the formation, it may change the results. But I don't see them. I think we're just going to keep getting ups and downs, and I'm not going to predict anything good about them anymore because I know I'm going to be let down.
Yeah, but we have to talk about Brentford too, because this is a team that went over throughout and overall. Like they
Yeah,
changed the coach, they changed like their entire, or well, they didn't really change their entire defense line, but they changed a lot of players.
they lost some key players.
Similar,
Yeah,
yeah, similar to Bournemouth, and both of these teams are still performing at a high level.
yeah,
Credit to them, credit to the coach. You can see there is a good project happening in the back
yeah.
end from the board, and credit to them for keeping it up at that level.
Agreed. And the one thing the last thing I'll say is Sesko got his debut goal, or not debut goal. He got his first goal, I guess. It wasn't
I'm
like
happy with that.
it was just a ping pong rebound, just back and forth until it
Yeah,
just went in. But it counts. So
I have him in fantasy, so I'm happy with that.
I know, honestly,
I'll
bro,
take
I
it.
got rid of him. I wasn't gonna wait for him to get any points, so you can have him. Okay, let's go to Chelsea and Brighton. Chelsea, this is their third match. Oh, sorry, well, second match in a
Yeah,
row that they lost in the Premier League.
yeah,
Another red card, and they lost the Brighton team. John Pedro, their best player, got sold from Brighton, and yet,
yeah.
how old is Welbeck? 34 years old,
Uh,
scores 2 goals on it.
to be
Um,
honest.
where do
Very
you start,
unlucky.
Amir?
I think Chelsea is going through an injury spell right now. I think even Chalobah was their only fit defender, and he made a risky play. He got a red card. So I think even the next game they don't have a back four. I don't think. Cole Palmer is out until November, I believe, or at least for 3 weeks.
Yes, surgery.
Liam Delap is out. I don't know for how long. So
Mm.
a bit unlucky,
Yeah,
to be
Fofana,
honest.
Tosin, and Colwell were
Yeah.
all out.
So that's like your main defenders. So very
Yeah,
unlucky for that team to have such a start of the season.
They still have Badiashile, who's not that
Mm,
good, but I mean, he'll probably come in for Chalobah.
most likely, yeah. But I think they still have Reece James. He could probably play as a center back. I could see it happening if they need to. They still have Gusto, so maybe Maresca can work some magic, but I don't expect much from that team in the next few weeks at least.
So do you blame this down to injuries?
Yes,
Lack of fitness
because
from the team?
I don't know. I don't think it's a lack of fitness, but sometimes things happen, with I've personally been through these when we were playing Fernandinho as a right back or a center back one of the years, and like what's going on, man?
The dark
But
age.
uh, sometimes you do everything right, and all of a sudden injury hits, and
Yeah.
everything is back to square one. But I don't
Well,
know. What do you think about Chelsea so far?
I think it's too early to tell. I think Maresca
Yeah,
has done a lot in the past. And I can't judge it based on that. I mean, one of their key players are missing, Palmer, and Delap kind of messed up everything. Obviously, they still don't have the best goalkeeper that they want. I don't think that's to blame for the goals, but I want to bring up that after the game, some of the fans were booing the team, and there's just some discussion from some of the pundits and some rumors saying like Maresca could be at risk and stuff like that. I don't know if there's truth behind it, but what do you think? Do you think that there's any risk? I mean, obviously, if the form
no,
continues like this, maybe, but I
I
think
don't think so.
he's done so much already in the past
Yeah,
season for them to do that.
he's won two major trophies. He brought this club to Champions League, and he he's backing up his players. He can win games, big games too, and I think he has definitely secured this place for
But Chelsea
at
has a
least.
history. Chelsea has a history of letting go of
Yeah,
coaches, regardless of what they've done last season. When we
yeah.
saw
I don't think
Di
Maresca's that
Matteo win the
kind.
Champions
Yeah,
League, and Mourinho, and I mean, there's a long list of people.
it's probably just a relationship with the big guy.
Yeah,
But I don't think Maresca's at risk.
they are
He's
sitting
certainly
in
here to
eighth
stay.
place. Not the worst. Eighth place
Not
out of,
bad.
yeah, I mean, sorry, eighth place, 8 points. So they've got 2 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. I don't think that's too bad with the injuries they have.
Yeah,
But to turn it over to Brighton, just for a second, Menta, another fantastic showing.
yeah.
I love the Brighton team. They're so. This is why I loved Brighton in the past, like the speed and their agility, and Welbeck coming off the bench and scoring 2 goals is pretty awesome.
He's been playing really good since last year, actually, and the year before.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel they're missing prime Mitoma this year. Mitoma is no longer the main man. Do you get the same feeling too?
Yeah, I think that's kind of been the case. I mean, last year he had a good season, but I don't think he's been the main
Yeah,
man since he had that really good season, 2022,
yeah.
2023. But he's still
But
you can't drop him. I mean,
he's
he's
still
amazing.
dangerous. Yeah, definitely really good in build up, and he gets you out of pressure pretty easily.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But a good team so far. I'll say credit to Brighton too. Like these three teams, Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, the three Bs, they're they're pretty good. They have really good sporting directors. They have a project in place. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They get players for very cheap, make them rise to glory, and then sell them
Sell them
for
for a
a lot
lot.
of money. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good.
100%.
Pretty good business.
Well, we'll see how Chelsea does next week against Liverpool.
You guys are the luckiest team. You get Chelsea
Okay.
at their worst with no defenders.
Well, we are coming in. We might as well open that can of worms. The game that I was trying to avoid talking about. Crystal Palace beat Liverpool 2-1.
I
And
didn't watch the game,
honestly,
so yeah, tell me about it.
the score line is flattering us. We could have lost 5-0 easily. The game was completely one-sided. We didn't even the fact that the final score was 2-1 is single-handedly all because of Allison. Allison came up with like 8 critical saves, maybe if I'm just throwing out a number. Mateta hit the there was, you know, the game was just so open. We were so torn apart in the back, and I can't single out any individual. The whole team was shambles. The defense was making mistakes everywhere around. And like I said, it should have been at least 3-0 before halftime. But Allison saved us, and we got lucky. Chiesa looked great when he came on. He got the goal, but Crystal Palace
Mhm.
completely deserved to win that game. And I knew it wasn't going to last forever, that we were going to keep doing these last minute goals, but this game was very disappointing. We did not compete, and we were playing a high line, and we kept getting
Mhm.
exposed with Sar and Mateta on so many breakaways I saw. And it might have been after we conceded, we tried to step up and try to do some more, but I saw a lot of the highlights remembering back at the game. A lot of them was Van Dijk and Konate a little bit behind the halfway line, getting completely outpaced, and then you end up with like a two versus one, and Allison has to
Mhm.
make a save. That happened at least 3 times. So the run ended, and Liverpool looked very bad. That's what to say.
Did they look any different than other games? Or is that the true score that should have been the case for so many games?
I don't want to
Like,
say we look good in other games. I did like how we played in Everton, but we have been getting lucky. The game
mm,
against Burnley was lucky, scoring that last minute penalty. There's a couple other games that was just luck. And this game, even luck couldn't save us. If I look at the stats, I don't know how one-sided it was, but this will show you we had, maybe this is not as good of a show, but it says they had 7 shots on target, we had 4 shots on target. I think that's probably showing us a
wow.
little bit better. I think it was way more than that, in my opinion. But
Yeah. We we
I,
s-
I,
we saw a change in formation though on the Liverpool side. I mean, Ekitike, of course, is not playing, so Isak had to start. And then we
yeah,
saw Verts on the left. Did that help in any way?
he did have he did have a good chance. He's
Mhm.
playing a little bit better, but I still haven't seen.
Yeah,
He's still the physical side of him has not shown. Salah has been taken out of the game. Isak still clearly is not at 100% yet.
he's not ready.
He's
Yeah.
not ready. He had one really really nice like run. One of those like iconic dribbles that we see like he did like dribble in between two defenders and then like
Mm.
off balance tried to shoot it. It would have been a great first goal for him, but it missed slightly. If that's what we want to see all the time, not just one run, but that's
Yeah,
potential. That's kind of and Wirtz had a clear shot on goal that got saved amazingly by Henderson. That could have been a goal for him too. So, there's potential, but I don't know, man. I don't know. We definitely missed Ikatike up front. I think Isak didn't do the best, and I think Chiesa, as crazy as it sounds, deserves to start.
to start.
I want to bring up a comment that the coach said real quick. Slot singled out kind of a defense. He singled out one of the players. He didn't mention a name.
Mm.
It could have either been Frimpong or Gakpo, but he said that we were already tied 1-1. There was only 1 minute left, and they started to run to create an attack, and then they lost the ball and they left space. And he basically said they were too attack minded, and that created the gap and the empty spot for Nketiah to score. And I have a feeling it was probably Frimpong, and that was my concern with Frimpong, that he does not have that defensive mentality, that
Mindset.
defensive mindset, and he creates that problem. He ran and left that spot, and that left that gap for Nketiah to then and score. Yeah,
But
just
I mean, do you think Frimpong would do that without his captain like on the field or his manager actually telling him to go off?
no. I mean, I'm sure he told him to go up, but when we're talking about there's 5 minutes of added 7 minutes of added time, and we're now
Yeah.
in the last minute. It's at that point it's all about defending, right? I mean, there has to be
Not when you're Liverpool.
some kind of maturity, some kind of like
Yeah.
uh, awareness of where the game stands. I don't know. I think he took a risk and backfired.
Yeah, I get it. You can blame the risk of based on that like false hope that may other games may have created into these players. Like,
Probably.
oh, we're just gonna go attack and then score a last minute goal.
Yeah.
But to be very honest, I am against what Slot did in the media, and you probably can agree with me that if this was Jurgen Klopp, he would take all the blame and protect the players just for the
Yeah.
sake of and then like he would deal with it like in the back room. But even like if you're blaming like even if you're blaming like let's say I cannot remember who he was talking about, but if he's blaming Frimpong, Frimpong is a new player. He's really not your main player anyway.
Yeah,
He brought him on in the second half, so putting a blame on him just to cover what you really not have. Like everyone can see that Arne Slot is struggling, like in general.
yeah, yeah.
That's finding an excuse, to be very honest. But
Mm.
I'm totally against these kind of comments, and I know also Ruben Amorim said the same thing about Bruno Fernandes in the
Oh,
to the
did he?
media after the game. Like he said that because of Bruno, I'm gonna get fired in the morning. So
No
again,
way.
that doesn't help because you can tell that Bruno Fernandes is
Yeah,
extremely pressured to play that penalty. Now you just added additional pressure on him
yeah, 100%.
by saying that.
I definitely agree with you. In this case with Slot, he stands up for his players, but I think what I like about him is he knows when to kind of be ruthless. Not like a
Mm,
Mourinho kind of ruthless, but like he does put his foot ground, down. He
yeah.
didn't call out the player. He kind of gave a nudge to, maybe that's his way of doing it rather than talking behind it with behind back doors, which probably is better. Like Ekatike got I don't know if you saw, but he got a red card because he took off his shirt. And Arne
He
Slot was
called him
like
stupid.
ruthless. He called him stupid. Like he said that was a stupid decision. He was dumb or whatever he called it. So it's
Um,
it's it's one way of doing it. Some people do that, and he still backs his player. He said that, and then he's still like he's young. He'll learn. I don't know. It's a different style, but honestly, I don't mind it.
mm,
I don't mind it.
I
It's
don't
he
know.
still backs his players.
I don't know how I feel about it, to be very honest. It puts the manager at risk, to be very honest. Because if the manager cannot win the back room,
Yeah.
these guys are a much more expensive investment than the manager
No,
in
you're
general.
right.
I mean, like I know, like bringing a manager, it's like a whole sporting project. But if a manager doesn't prove himself, and we spend like that many, like $500 million on players,
Mhm.
probably the first person to lose his spot is probably
Is
the
the
manager. But
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I noticed what he said about Ikitiki too. Ikitiki is too young and he's under so much pressure. Like you bought him to be a striker and the striker of the team, and all of a sudden you're chasing Isak until the final day.
yeah,
So he proved himself that he deserves a spot. So him celebrating like this is just probably a reaction that
yeah.
I deserve the spot. And like I don't
It's
know.
stupid. It was stupid though.
It was stupid, but like, can you? I don't know. I probably would
But
have done the same thing.
well, let's see how Liverpool react to Chelsea. Check react next week against
Yeah,
Chelsea. We need to bounce back, and we need to get something figured out soon. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I know the smile is getting bigger on your face because you know the next game, what it is. Manchester City 5, Burnley 1.
If it was anything other than a win, like probably would have been super mad. But yeah, I think we've had a great month, to be very honest. We had big games, we had big wins.
Yeah.
We're starting to pick up pace and we're very consistent. So I am extremely happy with the team. Even like it says we're in seventh place, but I'm not looking at the points at this stage. I'm
Yeah.
just looking at the performance, looking at
I
the
mean,
team,
you're
how we're
3 points
playing.
from second.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not too far if Arsenal lose a game or any of the other teams like in the top like six to lose one game. Man City is definitely like can get third place, second place.
Yeah.
So we're still in the race. I would consider us still in the race. So overall, I think great performance. We're back into that attacking mindset after the Arsenal all out defense performance. Um, I have to say again, I know I say this every week, but Erling Haaland is really our best player this year
I
by
agree.
far. He has improved a lot on the ball, off the ball. He is leading the team, and the stats even doesn't lie. Like the stat is showing he has 8 goals. He's a top scorer. Second place only had four goals. So it
Yeah.
tells you
He's
the
miles ahead.
levels that yeah, exactly. So Erling Haaland, definitely a great season so far. I'm happy with that. We couldn't keep a clean sheet, but it was a deflection, so a
That's
bit
what I
unlucky.
predicted. I also
I
predicted
know
Jaden Anthony.
you did. He's been a threat this year, but
It took you guys a while though. It was 1-1 at halftime, and then you guys Was it just a
Yeah,
slow start, or
I don't think so. I think Burnley really defended well first half, but with these kind of teams, like you can go defend for like 60 minutes and then all of a sudden you run out of gas. You cannot do anything else. Like I know Kyle Walker really tried hard to put a stop for Duco's like runs, but Duco really had a game on Kyle Walker. He couldn't keep up.
a prime Walker
Again.
maybe, but not Walker now.
Yeah, not now. Duco had a great game. I think that the entire team played really well. Guardiola was trying something different too. And Matthias Nunez had a great game
Yes.
as a right back as well.
For
It
who?
just
Who was that spot usually? Lewis?
usually Kusanov. Like we would see
Kusanov. Oh,
Lewis
okay.
or Kusanov, but
Oh, but
Kusanov is
Kusanov's
injured.
injured. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
So
want to
what
highlight
changed?
one player maybe for Burnley that
Okay.
almost was on a hat trick against his team.
Esteve?
Esteve, or I don't know how to say his name,
Maxime.
but
Oh my God, his name is Maxime. That's right. That's my name.
two two goals and an assist
It's
against his team.
Did he? What was the assist?
Yeah. And well, that last goal for Erling Haaland, he went against his own defender, and then
Oh
Erling
gosh. Dang, bro, this guy must be a Manchester City fan.
probably he's probably coming on loan next year.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
so what changed for you guys to get this great month, October?
Many things actually. I probably will start with getting Donnarumma. I
Okay.
think that made a huge difference to Guardiola's plans because when you're setting up the team, of course, like, we always like start. Okay, we start with the keeper. We put the keeper in place, and then we put our back four, and then we start to decide how we're gonna play, whether we're gonna defend or we're gonna attack and build up. But switching Ederson for Donnarumma probably switch Pep's plan for the entire year
Yeah.
because you start to play a different kind of game, not relying so much on building up from the back, but at the same time, it allows you having such a strong keeper as Donnarumma allows you to defend more confidently. Because Pep always said that the best way to defend is to keep the ball, keep possession and attack. But we didn't see that in Arsenal's like against Arsenal. So it tells me that there is some flexibility in Pep's style this year, and you could see it in that last month again with bringing in Donnarumma, Rodri coming back, Erling Haaland being in form, Duco stepping up to take that left wing and producing like some amazing performance, and being more like mature attacking and in defense too. I think it helped us a lot. But I'm excited to see what the team will bring for the remaining of the season because you could see there is a lot of work being done in the back end between Pep and his assistants and between the players and themselves too. So it feels like a different team than last year. And I think that's, if you ask me as a Man City fan, what would you want from this year? I would tell you that I don't want to see the same way we played last year because we gave up too early, I feel, and we were too predictable in many games. So it's nice to see something different. It's a good surprise for the fans and probably a surprise for the other teams that are not used to that Man City.
Yeah, I was gonna add just the big thing that I want to see now is the consistency. Can you
Yeah.
guys maintain this consistent wins and consistent results and performances? Because that was kind of some of the things that we saw.
Yeah.
Some good games, some bad games. So if you guys can keep that consistency,
I think
yes,
in the last five, I think in the last 5 games after that loss against Spurs, since then we've been very consistent. I would say I'm starting to see a more sustainable Man City than being more vulnerable in the back and having
yeah,
to chase games and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see how we're gonna play against Brentford. It's gonna be a big game next week. We'll see if we do better than Manchester United.
okay. Shots fired. Shots. Okay. Well, let's go to Tottenham versus Wolves.
Hey,
Who's surprisingly from the Tottenham fans after the game. I think that's kind of harsh considering Tottenham's in fourth,
yeah,
but they tied 1-1 from a Paulinho. Paulinho scored in the 94th minute to tie it up. Did you want? I didn't watch the highlights of this game. I'll be honest, but
I didn't watch it either.
I did
Would you
see the
say it's a bit
goals.
unpredictable after that? They had a very strong start of the season, and in the last like
Yeah,
3-4 games, they haven't been as consistent.
I think that's the problem. Is you don't know which
Yeah,
Tottenham is going to show up. You don't know which Tottenham is going to show up on which day.
they're still not conceding goals like crazy like last year,
They're
but
not. There is some
maybe
more
they're
control. There's some more control about them. Still,
yeah.
other than the control, if they're losing games 1-0, I don't think that's much of a benefit.
Yeah, I think that strong start that they had maybe set up, like made the other team set up more defensively against them, which
Yeah.
is not working in their favor. So Thomas Frank, of course, coming in to coach a big team that is, of course, Spurs is in a place maybe better than Brentford, like in terms of like reputation, and like any team that will play against Spurs, they would probably try to defend, and maybe Thomas
Mhm.
Frank is not used to that, to take control of the game. Like he is probably used to being more direct in play. But when he's given the ball for long periods of times, maybe he's not used to having that,
Yeah.
and then they struggle with creating chances throughout the game. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Uh, the one player I wanted to talk about was Xavi Simons. He's kind of having a similar problem to Verts, which is I think the physicality
Mm,
of the Premier League is still a problem for him. We're seeing those players that they dribble amazing. They're prolific in the Bundesliga, scoring lots of goals, creating chances, and he's having a similar problem to Verts, and he's just getting. There was at least four times that he got like shrugged off the ball easily.
yeah.
He does all these dribbles, and so it's gonna take him time, but I think he's a really good player. I just think that transition, we see a lot of these players coming to the Premier League and how physical it is. They still struggle, and I don't think they're getting the best out of him yet.
Well, I think the pressure is much less on Javi Simmons than Verts too,
Verts,
because of the price
100%.
tag. The team, at least in his first game, he scored 1 goal. Verts, we're talking about a player
Yeah, still
that
struggling to get a
that
goal or something.
has has 0 goals and 0 assists. So
That's true. You like to emphasize that. I know you.
I honestly, right now, I feel bad for him because he's such a talented player, but the pressure is just
It doesn't
crazy.
help that Liverpool's not playing the best. I think sometimes when the team is playing really good, the player can build off of that, even if he's not playing the best. I don't know if I can single out just Verts as the reason for that. I think our problem starts from the back.
I think Arne Slot realized that in the last game. That's why he played Verts on the wing, because putting him in the middle, he knows that he's bringing more
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, he's a danger there
But yeah,
for our
you
team.
guys still try. You guys still struggled.
But yeah, I mean, but Wolves finally got. Was this their first point? This is their first point, man. Wolves. Can you believe that? They have 5 losses and 1 draw. This is their only point. This team
So
is
they are
really.
in
This
last
team is
place.
they're in a big risk for getting relegated.
I still remember when they got promoted like 8 years ago. Was it? Like when
Yeah,
did they get promoted? I can't remember.
something like that. And Raul Jimenez was
But
there and Jota.
I don't know if now we're gonna see them going back to championship.
I mean,
They
they
them and
didn't do
West Ham
them.
look at they look
They didn't
absolutely
do
horrible.
themselves a favor. West Ham and Wolves didn't do themselves a favor because they didn't get anybody in the transfer window. They got a couple
Yeah.
players here and there, but their recruitment was very poor. They got rid of players. I mean, Wolves got rid of Cunha, one of their best players, and Ait Nori. And I'm probably missing a couple others, but those are 2 key players that they did not directly replace. West Ham,
Mm.
who did they bring? Callum Wilson. You think Callum Wilson is going to save you? Yeah, they got Diouf, and they got a crappy goalkeeper. But like
Yeah.
this is the problem with those 2 teams. Bad recruitment means bad results. You suffer.
Well, West Ham now they're trying to fix things pretty quickly by bringing in Nuno Santo as a
I
coach.
know. I know.
So
We're gonna get to that. They
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 play
played.
Arsenal next week.
That would be kind of cool. We'll see what West Ham we get. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to the last game before we go to a quick break. Arsenal with the huge win against Newcastle 2-1. I watched the highlights. Arsenal they really came back and fought
Hmm.
and they grinded out that win and got that corner goal at the end. They're really good. They're the best team on set pieces in the league, and
Yeah.
that's the reason. You can't, even when stuff is not working up in front in attack, they still have a way of getting goals from set pieces. Yeah, big win.
I think in general they had a good game. Playing as a playmaker gives them a different style than playing Odegaard, who probably
Yeah.
he would rather play more safe, as he's willing to take more risk. And I think overall they played really good. They still conceded. I mean, it's a tough game to play at St. James Park, but they really, like you said, they grinded that win. So I cannot say they didn't deserve it. They really did everything to try to win it. So credit to them. I could sense there is a problem with Gyökeres because
Yeah.
again, like probably similar to all of these players coming in new, and they're just not used to the Premier League.
Yeah.
But you bring on Mikel Merino, and the guy scores from a header, and then
Oh
a
my
few more
gosh.
minutes after, they score a header from Gabriel with a set piece.
Maybe they should
Where
just
is
play Moreno
Gyökeres?
and striker, bro. I mean, he did pretty good last
Bring
season
it
when they
back.
played him as striker.
Then I feel like Gyökeres, he's a bit heavy, like with the ball. Like whenever he has the ball, it takes him like
Yeah,
good,
yeah. He's
like
not agile with
seconds.
his ball speed. Like, it's not
Yeah.
that quick. I've seen that.
In other words, he's predictable. If he's not in a scoring moment, he's very predictable what he's gonna do next.
Yeah.
So I think Arsenal should probably work on building up to find him more chances and not take him out of the box, because probably this is where he's strong. Like he's
Yeah.
very strong in the box and he can really get these chances and maximize on them. But
100%.
it's the total opposite with Sesko, who in fact can actually hold the ball and make runs, and he could almost play like on the wing if you want him to, because he's very fast, very agile. I feel like these two players should have switched places.
Switched team. Yeah, Manchester United need that
Like
slow guy.
Because they have Mbeumo and Cunha. These guys are doing all the work
yeah.
for the target man to do the job, but most of the time they cannot find Sesko in the box. And then you have Sesko, who most likely is an improved version of Kai Havertz, which he is the perfect fit for Mikel Arteta's, like the Arteta ball. But like, what? I mean, I'm happy. If they made the wrong choice,
if this was FIFA, we could do a transfer, good switch. But yeah. They took the risks. I know last week we called them out, or you had called them out on Arteta not taking risks, and like he's being a chicken. I think this game he kind of proved the doubters a little bit. He did take a little bit of a risk.
Happy. Yeah, I'm happy that Arsenal won, because now they put pressure on Liverpool, and if they do that, see, they have a better chance.
Yeah, because you guys just sweep in. You guys just sweep in once both teams fall.
But what benefit would it do, like if Arsenal lost and then Liverpool lost and then we're back, like Arsenal would win and then, like, I don't know. That's what happened last year, and then all of a sudden Liverpool is like winning the league in March or April. But I'm happy that now they can put some pressure on Liverpool, so Man City can climb up.
You guys are in a good position. But Arsenal's still managing to do it. And they're maybe not at 100% still. I think Manchester City, between Arsenal and Liverpool, Manchester City is at, I don't know, 95%. Would you say? Like 95% where they can be?
No,
not
definitely
even?
not. There's still a lot to work on. To improve.
All the players are guns blazing.
We're on the right track, I would say. It would be nice to maintain this consistency. Maybe not. We'll minimize any game loss until maybe November, December. And then I would say I think we're in a good place. But you can be consistent, and then one loss will cost you the entire season because of like player morale and like feeling down and all of that. But it's good. I think probably leading to December, we're gonna see like Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City top 3 for sure. It's gonna start clearing out. We're not gonna see the Crystal Palace or the Sunderland or
no, for sure.
I don't know what these people are doing. I don't know what they're doing in the top 6.
Yeah, they're in the wrong spot.
Can't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, dude, remember like what was it like 2 seasons ago? Spurs was like first place for like the first like 5 games or something.
Yeah.
Well, and I was like, oh, they're gonna win the league. Or now, like, yeah, no, it
Everyone
didn't.
was like, Postecoglou.
Yeah,
Postecoglou
so
is going to
called.
win us the league.
Yeah, it didn't work out. Ange Ball. Okay, well, that wraps up those games. Let's take a real quick break, and then we will jump into next week fixtures. All right, guys, welcome back to the Pitch Invaders. We are going to talk about the next week fixtures. But before that, let's do a quick roundup of where we are in the scores right now. So, based on our predictions from last week, Amir, he got 2 of the winners right. So he got +2. And me, I got +3. None of us got the right scores exactly right.
Whoa.
We did pretty bad, to be honest.
I thought I
So,
did better.
no,
Oh
unfortunately.
my God.
Unfortunately, a lot of us guessed the wrong thing. We guessed a tie or we guessed the loss for the other team. Was not the best. So right now it stands at Amir has 22 and I have 28. So still a little bit of a space for Amir to catch up. Okay, let's get into it. Amir, use your mind, not your heart this time. All right. Okay, ready
Okay.
for Friday, October 3rd.
Yes.
Bournemouth versus Fulham. Amir, hit me.
Gonna predict a 2-2 game.
Okay.
That's
A
using
big,
my mind.
a big Friday game. I could see that, to be honest. I feel like Fridays are like open. Like the players are excited
Yeah.
because they have Saturday to spend the weekend off. They're like
They
chill.
have the weekend off.
You know what? I'm gonna go with 1-1. Bournemouth. and Fulham.
Okay.
That was a hard one. Okay. Saturday, Leeds versus Tottenham. I can go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with. Would it be crazy if Leeds wins and Spurs? But I mean, no, Spurs has to win eventually. So I'm gonna go with a 2-1 for Spurs.
2-1 Spurs. Okay. I'm gonna go 3-1.
3-1 Spurs. So far, we've been wrong every time for Spurs. I hope that they can disappoint us. Okay. Arsenal versus West Ham. You go.
First game for Nuno.
Yeah. Well, no, this is his first game was today against Everton. They
Oh,
tied
yeah,
1-1.
that's true. Then that's gonna be another tie.
You think so?
I'm gonna say 1-1.
1-1.
Nuno's gonna
I can't see West Ham getting a result like that against Arsenal. I'm gonna go with Arsenal. Arsenal 2. Yeah, keeping it simple.
I could see that.
Manchester United going to Sunderland. Sunderland is gonna win this, dude. I'm giving up on Manchester United. I'm not giving them any more wins from now on.
Man, it's like every time I see this team, I just feel bad. All right, you
I feel
go.
bad for Amron. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Sunderland win. I'm going to say the shocking 3-2 for Sunderland. It's probably
Man,
crazy.
I mean, I was gonna predict a Sunderland win too. I'm gonna say 2-1.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, the biggest game of the weekend, Chelsea at home versus Liverpool. Both teams coming from a loss.
That Liverpool against Chelsea. Chelsea's at home. Liverpool is traveling 3 hours and a half to London on a rainy Saturday. I'm gonna predict that's not gonna happen. 2-0 Liverpool.
Really? Okay, I like that. That gives me confidence. Okay, I will go with I don't know if we're gonna keep a clean sheet. I just don't think we ever will keep a clean sheet in this league with that crappy defense. So I'm gonna go with 3-1 to Liverpool. Okay, Aston Villa Sunday versus Burnley. Aston Villa finally getting the win, man. After freaking
Yeah.
like I don't know how many 2 months. We're in October, so they finally got a win. Big.
But they're probably gonna win this game too. They're going against Burnley, so it should be an easy game at home. Do you want to go first?
Yes, I'll go with Aston Villa. Yeah,
That was my prediction too, but I'm gonna go with 2-0.
2-0. Okay, clean sheet. All right. Okay. Everton versus Crystal Palace. Your turn.
Crystal Palace look really good.
They are. They
played
are.
really well against Liverpool. They're the only unbeatable team.
But Everton is.
They haven't lost a game. Yeah, but that's why I'm gonna go with a 1-1.
1-1. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still going Crystal Palace winning this. I'll be honest, and
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 2-1 Crystal Palace. I think they're gonna continue. Yeah. Okay. Newcastle, Nottingham Forest. I can go first.
Okay.
Nottingham Forest is not going to get the win again. Ange Postecoglou is still not going to win. I'm going to go with Newcastle will win. How about that?
Okay. I'm gonna go with Newcastle.
Newcastle 2-1. All right. Wolves versus Brighton, Amir. Brighton coming from a pretty good performance against Wolves, who are still in last place. Thoughts? What do
I
you think?
think Brighton will win. I don't think they will keep the clean sheet, but it will be a 4-1 win.
One? Dang, bro. Okay, that's a little crazy. All right, I'm gonna go with Brighton. I'm just gonna go with a Brighton 2-1.
Okay.
I was thinking 3-1, but I'll stick with 2-1. Okay, last game. Your favorite team, Brentford versus Manchester City. You have to go. It's your team. You got to go
Okay.
first.
I will be realistic, and I'm gonna say 2-0 Manchester City.
2-0. Okay. Clean sheet against Brentford. That doesn't seem likely. I'm gonna go with Manchester City 3-1.
3-1.
I think, yeah. I think that's fair.
It's a good score.
Okay.
As long
Well,
as you
that
predict us winning.
yeah, I know. I think you guys will
Yeah.
still stay on it. That wraps up those games. The one last thing I wanted to say was, as we already said, West Ham fired Graham Potter, and they hired Nuno Santo. I'm personally excited to see Nuno Santo again, even though we didn't really miss him much. Like, it didn't really last long, but it's good to see
Yeah.
him back. I think he's going to do good.
I think so too. He seems to do very well with these kind of teams, like Nottingham Forest, Wolves,
Yeah.
West Ham, teams that are struggling. You start to see that he probably will build on defending first, try to get like some ties, last minute winners, and then he starts to build a team whenever he has like a few months to train the players.
Yeah.
He's definitely a really good coach, really good pick for West Ham, but Graham Potter, it's really such a downfall.
Yeah, man, that's sad. Talk
Yeah.
about going from like one of the most promising English coaches to when he took the Chelsea job, it just completely crumbled.
Yeah. I think people were nominating him to actually coach the national team, and
Yeah,
it's not happening now.
I don't know what happened. I guess Chelsea just destroyed his confidence. I was gonna say, do you think he should go to Manchester United? You think maybe they should look at him? No?
Oh my God. Please.
I mean, he's in them. He's free. He's out of a job. I don't know, man. Maybe they need a English coach. Bring it back to stop getting all these foreign coaches and Graham Potter. He seems like a little bit of a Manchester coach.
I don't know if this is true or AI, but I saw something about Fabrizio Romano saying that Javi
Yeah, I saw that
Hernandez
too.
could coach Manchester United.
That'd be the
if they decide
dumbest
to
thing
fire
in the
him.
world. That'd be the dumbest thing in the world.
You think so?
Yes.
I
This
mean,
is not a
here-
possession. This is not a possession-based team. This is not a possession. You can't do what Pep Guardiola did to Manchester City with these kind of players in Manchester United. And I
Yeah.
don't think Xavi is the kind of player that knows any other kind of system. He only played in one team his whole entire life. He
Yeah.
only knows one system. You know,
I mean, he
don't-
has a lot of experience as a coach, like coaching many different teams. So I'm pretty sure he had different styles, but I don't think he has proven himself well, like to be
Yeah.
that big of a coach anyway with Barcelona.
I think if I was up to me, I'd rather get Graham Potter than get Xavi.
And
But I would rather get neither and just keep Amarin and just see what happens.
yeah, just
mean-
convince him to change the formation.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll see how he does. Namir, anything else for this weekend?
Oh, I'm just excited to be in second place after
All
this
right.
weekend.
All right, yeah, after this week. I was about to say you're not in second place yet, but okay. Well, thank you guys for all your likes. Please make sure to continue to like, subscribe on all the platforms. And next week is international break, so we will see you guys in a couple weeks. Bye, guys.